One of the things that I talk about quite often in these videos is that one of the ways to obtain residency here in Serbia is through business, but that's not what I'm going to be talking to you about today. One of the things that our clients are asking quite often about, and that many agencies aren't even aware of, yet alone offering to their clients once they set up a business, is the incentives that the government is giving to certain types of businesses, even if you're a foreign owner, in order to get your business off the ground. And today we're going to go through what sectors are available for incentives by the government and what are they looking like incentive wise. Are you getting some sort of reduction in your corporate fees or your corporate taxes? Are you getting a reduction on payroll? Are you just getting some sort of grants? That's what we're going to cover in this video. It's one thing to set up a business and hit the ground running, but it's another thing to have someone behind you, such as our team here at Relocation Serbia, to help you not only set up the business, but also to find out what grants are available to you as a business owner, as well as setting up a business plan and actually having a functional business happening and that is profitable. Now, I'm not saying that whatever we do is going to be profitable right off the bat. Of course, it comes down to the owner and his team that we're working with and what they're willing to grasp as a business and how things operate here in Serbia. However, regardless of what you're doing behind the scenes, if you are entering in a certain type of industry, the government of Serbia, be it if you are a citizen of Serbia or a foreigner owning a company here in Serbia, you as that company are entitled to some sort of government incentives and ways to reduce operating costs, ways to reduce your overhead. And a lot of these incentives are geared towards foreigners and those that are looking to invest into Serbia. And a lot of our clients don't understand that these are even available to them because some of the agencies out there, like I said at the beginning of this video, don't know that they're available and don't even know how that they work. So let's get into the first and foremost that we're seeing here is manufacturing. So manufacturing, and yes, I do have some cheat sheets here because I needed to get the most up-to-date 2026 information here because every year they are changing the laws, what incentives are available to you, so on and so forth. So I wanted to make sure I'm giving you correct and current information. So as of 2026, in the manufacturing sector, the government is helping business owners with up to 50 to 60% of the cost of equipment, and they can apply for these grants once they purchase their equipment. I know that's something that might not sit well with you. Well, what happens if I invest the money and I'm not covered through these grants? Well, that's why we are here to deal with the tax authorities and with the government agencies to ensure that you are getting that covered. The other one that we're seeing is that there are 15 free zones here in Serbia. I've mentioned this before. Serbia has a lot of free zones here. So if you're manufacturing inside of one of these free zones, you are going to be essentially paying 0% in VAT taxes. And this is not a specific manufacturing. This is like a blanket statement. So once you are looking to get into one of these industries, we'll look more into what you're available for your incentives by the government. So 15 free zones, you got like Subotica. So if you wanted to be up closer to the Hungarian border, you can do that. You have Pirot, you have Zrenjanin, you actually have a couple around here in Novi Sad, and then you have southern Serbia as well, all depending on where you're trying to export your manufactured goods. And so the other thing that we're seeing is custom fee imports. So foreign investors are exempt from custom duties on all imported machinery and equipment intended for the manufacturing process. So that's something that is very important, because what we're finding with some of our clients that are bringing in equipment here into Serbia is they're saying, well, if I purchase it in Serbia, it's a lot more expensive than if I go to Germany, for instance, or any of the other neighboring countries. They can purchase the equipment there and bring it in and not pay their fee on imports here, which, getting off the ground, running with your business is very important. The next one that we're seeing, and we're actually doing this for a number of our clients right now. One ended up purchasing an apple orchard and they're looking to expand now. The other one is a client that is setting up a blueberry farm and hazelnut farm. And there is another one that is looking to do livestock. So one of the things that, like I said, all of these are industry specific, and also within that industry, you have to look at what you're doing. So in the agricultural business, in 2026, Serbia is shifting from bulk farming to high valued processing using 100% domestic raw material. And what they're doing with that is they're allocating 150 million RSD for individuals who are looking to get into wine, beer, and spirits processing, another 70 million RSD for fruit and vegetable processing, and then another 70 million RSD for dairy and cheese. So if you're getting into livestock, if you're looking to do meat, of course, you don't fall underneath this. But if you're looking to do dairy or cheese with your livestock, you may qualify for some of these subsidies here that the Serbian government is offering. Now, on top of that, of course, you need equipment when it comes to agricultural business. So there's equipment subsidies as well. The government, the Ministry of Agriculture is offering an incentive of 40 to 50% on costs when it comes to purchasing new tractors, irrigation systems, and cold storage facilities. And, equipment these days, especially with all the technology in them, is not cheap, but that's something that will help you. 40 to 50% is nothing to sneeze at. The next industry that we're looking at, and I've spoken about this before, is green tech and energy. So this is the fastest growing sector in Serbia and is due to be the fastest growing sector between 2026 and 2032. And they're offering a number of help when it comes to putting solar panels, for instance, on your business. They're offering to help to pay up to 50% of the cost of solar energy on your business, which is significant. And then that helps you reduce the number of your bills that you're paying when it comes to your operational costs as well. Now, one thing they're also mentioning here is construction and infrastructure. I really didn't get much when it comes to incentives in that industry. We've had a number of individuals looking to set up construction businesses here, importing foreign workers here. We've explained them how we do that and what the do's and do nots are when it comes to doing that. And so right now we're letting them figure out if they're looking to move forward, because it's not a small feat to undertake. But when it comes to the construction and infrastructure, the Serbian government is offering well below market value prices if you are doing national importance projects. So for instance, we have the expo that is coming up. That is a national importance structure, and they offered that land for much below market value. A lot of permits got pushed faster. A lot more priority was placed on that project as well. So that's what you have to look at as well. And because there is a labor shortage here as well, if you're getting into the construction industry, they are also looking to push the Visa D applications a lot quicker as well. Now, the next one we're looking at is the innovation. So we're looking at tech, IT, AI, those type of industries. So they are offering pretty good incentives when it comes to this type of stuff. And I just got off a consultation with an individual from Dubai who's looking to set up one of these businesses here. And he was asking specifically about this. And so if you're looking to set up in AI or IT or one of those things, what you can do is set up your intellectual property here in Serbia. And with that, you can bring down your corporate tax rate down to 3%, which now, if you're seeing what's happening in Dubai, who once was 0%, now they're 9%. Well, 3% is a lot better than the 9%. And so they're offering that for the IT sector, and that is nothing to sneeze at. So the standard corporate tax rate is 15. But if you're registering your intellectual property here, you are able to bring that down to 3% potentially. And that's something that we have to deal with the tax authorities, which our accountants and bookkeepers are very well versed and communicate with the tax authorities, unfortunately, on a daily basis, because it's just something that we have to do, not only part of our business, but the clients that we are running the books for. One of the other things that the government is also offering when it comes to AI, IT, or any sort of innovation is they're looking to help you with R&D deductions. So if you are doing any sort of research and development here in Serbia, for every €1 you spend on research and development, you can deduct €2 from your taxable income. The other one that we are seeing, and I think this is very beneficial, especially if you're looking to hire employees, is the tax relief that you have. So you can deduct up to 70% of the salaries for your employees directly engaged in the R&D projects. And the company is exempt from 70% of the salary tax and 100% of pension disability contributions. So one of the things that many of the individuals understand when they're coming here and looking into social contributions is that Serbia has pretty high rate of social contributions. So it's typically around 50% social contributions when you're having employees. So if you're paying someone, for instance, 100,000 dinars per month, you're going to be paying 150 altogether, because that last 50 is going to be towards social contributions. But if you're setting up in one of these industries here, you have the availability to deduct 70% of that off your employees and off their salary, which I think is absolutely beautiful. I wish I could do that. I don't fall in any of these categories. So with me and my employees, I have to pay the full 50% social contributions when it comes to that. And so I think that this video here is going to give you a lot of insight as to what you can potentially obtain here, even if you are a foreign owned business. Now, the process also isn't just simply straightforward. What you have to do is obviously set up your business, get things going. If you need property, you get your commercial space, so on and so forth. But at the same time, this these are some financial incentives that are given to you, but for instance, the 70% reduction in the payroll, that is something that we would have to do on the back end with our accounting team, and they would have to file in the proper codes to the tax authorities to get you that reduction. And so you would see that not as a cash value, but as a return after they figure out their computering or whatever they're doing in the tax authorities office there, and then you would get that back, or you would just simply pay a lower amount. It all depends on how they view your business and the operations of it. So if you're looking to set up a business here in Serbia and not sure what is available for you, I hope this video helped, and I'll see you on the next one.